Namaste yogis, welcome to my channel, Yoga with Penny. Today is a gentle yoga class focusing on breath work to nourish the energy centers throughout the spine, also known as the chakras, and also a focus mostly on upper back, shoulders, maybe a tight neck, which I've been dealing with lately. So I designed this class to focus on opening that up mainly physically, but the whole body will get a workout. So in your class today, just notice any time that you're pushing too far. This is a gentle class, so go to your degree. And when I say that, your edge, and then soften back a little bit, maybe allowing gravity to help you into your postures a little bit more. Your props that you'll need today are a couple of yoga blocks. I have a blanket and a bolster. If you have extra long legs, you can have a lightweight chair, such as I have a folding chair. It's actually a yoga chair. Or if you don't have a folding chair, a lightweight maybe kitchen chair, but nothing with wheels, okay? Want to keep you safe. So let's get started on our back. We're going to use the bolster and the blocks and perhaps your blanket for a Ardha Viparita Karani, half legs up the wall. So we're not going to use the wall. So if you have your bolster or your couch cushion, you can go ahead and take one block on the highest level, the next block on the level down, grab your blanket. Okay. Now if your legs are longer than your bolster, that's where you're going to use your chair. And you would just take your chair, and I'll show you that first. If you just know that's not going to work, hit the pause button, get your chair, and your knees go, the chair goes right to the inside of your knees, and you lay down like this, okay? And you're going to feel a nice low back release, okay? But if you have your bolster, you're going to go ahead and set it up as follows. So it looks like this, okay? You don't want your legs, especially if you're externally rotated with your feet and your hips, you don't want your legs to roll off the bolster. So you're going to take your blanket, unfold it, place it like that, tuck your bum right to the end of the bolster. You're not on it, okay? So you want it, your bum on the floor, tucked in, bring your legs up, and then fold that blanket, flip it over, okay? So it looks like this. You can always pull that bolster in a little closer, and then just let yourself go here. You want no tension held in those legs, okay? And you can close your eyes. Just take another 30 seconds to a minute to get into your posture. And once you get in, just find a relaxing breath. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, just for the first few breaths. Now I want you to stay in we're going to be in this posture for about 3 to 5 minutes. So you stay in. And I'm just going to come up and talk you through a few things. So we want to let go of some of that tension. Sometimes it's caused by strain, overwork, and sometimes stress causes those tight shoulders, tight neck, tight upper back. And either way, it's about letting go whatever it is that's creating that stress in your neck. So a little something I'm going to read to you from one of my favorite books, yoga books ever. It's called The Language of Yin by Gabrielle Harris. I highly recommend it. So relax, tap into the breath. Notice how your breath is. Are you holding your breath? Is it jagged? Is it smooth? You're not changing the breath in any way yet. Just tap into the breath. Let go so hard of trying. Don't be a human doing. Be a human being in this class. Step into being. Step into a place of being in the present moment. So aparigraha is one of the yamas. In fact, it's the last yama. is defined as not holding on to, not grasping, basically letting go. Okay? So parigraha. And why is it that we want to hold on so much to the way things are, that we shy away from change, that we can't let go of people or ideas, that we can seem stuck in the same relationships, jobs, habits, or ways of being when they're just not working for us anymore? The fifth yama, aparigraha, asks us to remember that joy in life is not dependent on grasping or holding on, but to remember that what we possess possesses us. What we hold on to holds on to us. Maybe we hold on to fear of something, fear of change. So the fear of change holds on to us. Okay? Maybe there's something else. In times of significant change or when life shifts suddenly, our instinct is to hold on even tighter. We want to retain the known as if it will shroud and protect us. So there is a tale of catching monkeys. So picture putting a peanut in an upside down flower pot, and the flower pot bottom has that little hole in. The monkey sticks his hand in the hole to grab the peanut, but he's got the peanut in his hand and he can't get his hand back out of the flower pot. All he has to do is let go of the peanut and his hand will come out. But he holds on to that peanut so tight and does not want to let go that it can't escape. What are your peanuts? Okay? What are you grasping onto? Those peanuts come in all forms. Fixation off the mat is a sense that something is stuck because we refuse to let go. Like a glass getting attached to its coaster, this vacuum creates more pressure in the way we live. When we release what we are grasping, we find more freedom. In our life, when we recognize an adhesion to what is keeping us stuck, our practice is to unfasten ourselves. Have faith in knowing that after every letting go, something good is waiting to fill that space. There's a saying, when a door closes, when you let go of something and that door closes, there's always another door open. But don't look to that closed door so long that you miss the door that has opened for you. All right. So take a couple of deeper breaths in here, in and out the nose. Feel all the meeting points as you breathe deeper. Feel all the meeting points between your body and the mat in your body and what your legs are supported on. Feel gravity gently pulling you into the earth, holding you safely. Bring your awareness into your heart and think of what your peanut is. What would you like to let go of? You can make that your intention today, but don't worry about setting your intention yet. Find a one or two word phrase of something that you'd like to let go of. Perhaps it's fear, or anger, sadness. Perhaps it's a relationship or a job where you're not appreciated. Just find what it is that you would like to let go of. And now wherever you are, draw your knees into the chest. Even if you have a blanket wrapped around your legs, draw those knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Roll to your right and gently use your hand to press yourself up. And take a couple of breaths just to remove the props for now from your yoga mat. Find yourself in an easy seat. You can always, if your hips are tight and they stick up more like this, the knees are up, take a folded blanket or maybe one of your yoga blocks and just sit just to elevate the hips a little bit. And just make sure you're comfortable there. No lumps in the blanket, because that'll disrupt the nervous system, and we, by all means, want to relax that nervous system and find that easy seat. Breathe in and out the nose. All right, so let's do that nourishing breath for the spinal cord and the energy centers along the spine, known as the chakras. So close your eyes, root your sitting bones, lift up out of the low back, grow tall through the spine. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Place your hands, palms face down on your lap. And take a couple of natural breaths here, in and out the nose. And start to deepen the breath. And when you do, as you inhale, make it longer and relax the belly and relax the pelvic floor as you inhale. Feel the belly just let go. Feel the pelvic floor just drop towards the mat. And as you exhale, draw the pelvic floor up, draw the belly in and up. Inhale, relax the belly, relax the pelvic floor. And exhale, draw the pelvic floor up and in, draw the belly in and up. And continue that breath, inhaling deeply, relax belly, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, draw it in, draw the pelvic floor up and in, draw the belly in. And then continue that for about the next 15 seconds or so on your own. Now relax all efforts, keeping your eyes closed. Just a natural breath, but notice the belly and the pelvic floor. As you inhale, they relax just a little bit, and as you exhale, they draw back up and in. Relaxing as you inhale, contracting as you exhale. It's just a small movement compared to the movements you are making. And now sense your spine. Bring your awareness to the spine and sense your spine as if it was a column of light. It can be a column of light in any color you choose. It could be white light. Sometimes I love a soft pink light. And as you inhale, imagine that column of light coming down through the crown of the head, through the spine, and out the roots into the earth. And as you exhale, that column of light comes right back up through the spine and out the crown of the head. Inhale the light down and out through the roots. Exhale, draw the light right back up the spine and out the crown of the head. Creating spaciousness where the spine is. Continue with that breath. Inhale the light down through the spine, out the root, into the earth. Exhaling it back up through the spine and out the crown of the head. And go on. And relax all efforts. Keep your eyes closed and bring your awareness to the third eye, the space between the eyebrows. Just notice the space behind closed eyes. You can always shift your gaze up, but if that hurts your eyes, just a natural gaze behind closed eyes. Notice. You might notice colors, patterns, specks of light behind closed eyes, or maybe nothing at all. Don't try to see anything. Now bring your awareness to the heart center, right behind the sternum. And imagine a flower there. It could be a green flower or flower color of your choice. And as you inhale, the flower just blossoms open, all the petals. Make sure there's thousands of petals. They just open up. And as you exhale, the flower contracts back in. Inhale, the flower opens at the heart center. Exhale, contract it back in and continue. Now feel the ribs expanding and contracting with the breath. You can even make the breath a little deeper to feel a little bit more of those ribs expanding out to the front, the back, the sides. With the inhale and exhale, contract. Inhale, open. Feel the ribs opening all around. And exhale, contract. And notice the lungs and the ribs moving in harmony, in unison together. Go even deeper. Sense the heart beating. Maybe you feel the heart beating. Maybe you hear it. Maybe you can just sense it. Or just imagine you sense it. Now inhale deeply. Exhale slowly and hold at the bottom of the exhale with your throat open. And when you feel your heart ask for that next breath in, go ahead and take just enough of an inhale to nourish the heart. And then exhale again, and at the bottom of the exhale, hold with the throat open and sense the heart. Feel the heart ask for that next breath and give it to him or her. Hold at the bottom of each exhale with the throat open. Feeling that little pressure, that little sensation of the heart asking for that next inhale. Never deny your heart the next inhale. Just wait for the heart to ask. And now relax all efforts. Keep your eyes closed. Bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, thumbs at the sternum. Remember what it was in the beginning of class that you wanted to let go of. And make that your intention for your practice, stating it in now time language, clear, concise, short phrase. So if you wanted to let go of fear, your intention would be, I am fearless. And continue to repeat that mantra to yourself, whatever it is that's your intention. I am. And now inhale, and as you exhale, let the intention go. Flutter your eyes open. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Make sure you're lifting up through the spine, lifting up out of that lower back. And let's do some neck stretches here. So, planting the left palm on the earth, reach the right arm up and over. Take a little side stretch here before we go into the next stretch. And then come all the way up, bring your right fingers down, and drop the right ear towards the right shoulder, feeling a stretch through the left side of the neck. You can crawl those left fingertips out a little bit more. Make sure you're lifting through the spine, pressing the heart forward. Shoulders are back and down, no rounding in the back. If you want a little bit more, you could just take those right fingers and let them touch the left ear. Let the hand just rest on the head. If this is too much, place those right fingers back on the earth. And now take the right hand off, take the right fingers, press the head back up, plant your fingers behind, and come to cow face legs. You're going to do just a little neck stretch there. Right leg is on top, right knee is on top. It's okay if it looks a little bit more like this. You always have your blocks. If that's not comfortable, you can always prop a knee up. And then bring your fingers behind your head, and you're not pressing into your head, but you're just dropping your chin and letting the fingers rest on the back of the head. Breathing in and out the nose. And release the fingers to the earth. Bring the head back up. And then come back to that easy seat once again. Inhale the arms up overhead, drop the right fingers down. Left arm up and over, just a little side stretch before we get into the next stretches on the other side. And inhale all the way up, plant the fingertips on the earth, both sets of fingertips. Drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, lift through the spine. You can crawl those right fingertips out a little bit more. To intensify the stretch, you might even feel that stretch from the neck down into the shoulder. And then if you want a little bit more, take those left fingertips to the right ear and just place the palm on the head without pulling. And then release. You can take those left fingers, help the head back up. Cow face, left knee on top this time. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, bring your fingers to the back of the head and then just tuck the chin towards the chest. Elbows are out. And if it feels good to drop the elbows, you can bring that stretch right into the upper back as well. Whatever feels good to your body, you're breathing. You're not rounding that low back, so once again, we'll lift out of the low back. And release the fingertips to the earth. Come back to the easy seat, roll the shoulders up, back and down, and then take a bind, bringing your hands behind you, interlace the fingers behind you, and take a bind, roll the shoulders open, press the heart forward. Tuck your chin slightly towards your chest, just for a breath or two. Your heart is forward. And then come up, take those fingers, interlace fingers, bring them over to your right hip, tuck the right elbow back, grow tall, and then drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, lowering that right shoulder. Come back to center, give yourself a good squeeze of the palms behind you, and then draw the fingers to the left hip. Tuck that left elbow in, make sure the sit bones are still rooted, and then drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Lower that left shoulder. Up, bring the arms back one more time, and then bring the hands back to center. Find your easy seat. Make sure the sitting bones are rooted. And let's do some seated cat and cow. So inhale, draw the shoulders back, press the heart forward, maybe just a slight look up. Pay attention to that neck and how that neck feels. And then exhale to your seated cat. Tuck the chin, curl, especially that upper back. Press the palms into the inner knees, and then inhale right back up into your seated cow. Exhale back. Do a few of these. And then come back to neutral. Inhale the arms up overhead. Let's take a seated twist to the right. So right arm behind, left palm to right thigh. Grow tall through the spine. Now if your neck's extra sensitive today, keep the chin over the heart center. If not, you can look all the way over that right shoulder. You're breathing. Each breath in grows you a little taller. Each breath out, you twist a little deeper. Draw the belly in. Bring the chin back over the heart as you lift the arms and go all the way over to the other side. Again, chin remains over the heart, or you can exhale, looking over that left shoulder. Right palm is on the left thigh, left fingertips behind you. And take big inhales, you bring that chin back over the heart, arms lift all the way up, and then exhale. Let's do some dolphin dives. So plant your palms, shift the right shin forward, the left leg folds behind. Okay, you can always sit on a blanket here if you want to. Interlace the fingers over that right thigh, kind of the inner thigh there. Turn your torso slightly towards that right thigh, and then Exhale down and inhale, come all the way up. And then you're rounding down, kind of cat and cow with a little twist here. So your flexion, an extension of the spine. You're gonna feel it through the left side body, and your spine is also getting a twist to the right. Imagine you're the dolphin. This is the movement of the dolphin, exhaling into the water, inhaling as you come up and out. Let's do 2 more. And then you can sit here, plant the right palm by the right hip. You can send the left arm up, opening through left shoulder. If you want a little extra, you can lift the hips up and stretch, pressing the hips forward, sliding the shoulder blades together in the back. And then exhale all the way down. Let's switch sides, plant your palms, roll to your right hip, swing your left shin forward, and then your right knee and shin go onto the side. Interlace fingers over the left thigh, grow tall through the spine, dolphin dives. And exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Keep moving and breathing. Never hold the breath in your practice. Let's do 2 more. All right, and then plant the left palm on the earth by your left hip. Maybe you just open through that right arm. You're gonna feel a nice stretch. If you want a little bit more, lift the hips up, open up. And then exhale, draw the belly in, coming all the way down. All right, so our next posture, we're gonna go into a puppy pose. So to really open up through the back. You can have your blocks. So traditional puppy without blocks looks like this, and this might be better for you. Always have props available in case you need them. So knees are over hips and forehead is on the earth. Now you're gonna hold this for about a minute once you're in it. So you can come here with your arms long, or if you want a little extra today, you can take those blocks on level 1, bring your elbows to the edge, okay? And then prayer hands and coming in. Make sure your forehead is on the earth. Okay, you don't want your head just hanging there. It's already, if you're taking a class for a sore neck, you do not want to stress it anymore. So wherever you are, I'm gonna hold you there for about a minute. Just breathe in and out the nose. Notice wherever you feel the sensation of this posture. Never sharp, injurious pain. But you want to feel a deep stretch here. You want to open through the shoulders, the pectorals. A lot of times we'll have tight pecs or upper back, and that brings that pain into our neck muscles. The levator scapula can get tight, sternocleidomastoid, and if you don't know what they are, don't worry about it. They just can get tight and give you a sore neck. So you're just breathing in your puppy pose wherever you are in puppy. Your knees are rooted, your hips are high. You got about 30 more seconds here. Now, if you are on blocks with your elbows on blocks, lengthen the arms back out long. And then everybody start to slide those hips towards the heels, coming into a child's pose. But this child's pose, let's make it a gentle child's pose. Just bring those arms down by your side, palms face up. You're gonna stay here just for a few breaths. Breathe in and out the nose there. Feel the relief of coming out of that stretch. It feels good to go in, but it feels good to come out. And you're breathing. All right, now press yourself all the way up. Coming into an all-fours position. Okay. So from your all-fours position, thread the needle, right arm close to the sky with an inhale. Thread the needle as you exhale, so tuck the right arm under, right shoulder, right ear to the earth. Taking those left fingertips and walking them long up and overhead. Now, if this is too much, you can just leave the left palm in front of your face. But if you can, walk those left fingertips long. Now, if you notice that your hips shifted to one side or the other, try to bring them back to center. So my hips slightly shifted towards the right, so I'm going to bring them back to the center a little bit. Bring them back to center. And you're breathing. And wherever your left palm is, slide it in front of your face and come out of it. Curl your toes under, sit back on your heels. Oh yeah, I know that's tough. Interlace the fingers and just pull the fingers ahead. Curling through the spine, drop your head slightly. All right, come back. Let's do the other side. Find those knees back underneath the hips, feet behind the knees. Inhale the left arm up this time. Thread your needle on this side. Okay. Tuck the shoulder under, left shoulder, left ear to the earth, either leaving your right palm here or crawl those right fingertips up. End your breathing. Couple more breaths here. And then slide that right palm in front of your face and come back. Curl the toes under one more time. Nice tall spine. Interlace the fingers. Pull the fingers forward and then curl into it. Drop the head. Pull the fingers away from you towards the front of the mat. And then come all the way back up. And plant your palms on the earth. Walk your hands just a little bit in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Downward dog. So press the torso towards the thighs with the knees bent. And then lengthen long and start to pedal your feet one at a time. Any movements here that feel good. So spread your fingers wide, not the thumb. The thumb only goes about halfway. But spread the first 4 fingers wide. Grip the mat with your palms. Your feet are paddling out. One heel lowers than the other. You can bend the knees and then straighten the knees. Let your head go. No pressure in the neck. So you want to shake your head no and yes a couple times. And now just start to walk those feet towards the front of the mat, coming into a dangle pose. So dangle, the knees are bent, maybe the hands are on the earth, maybe you heel toe your feet a little wider apart, grab opposite elbows and just sway side to side. Let that head go. You just want to let the head go. No holding on here. Now plant the fingertips on the earth, heel toe the feet, just about hip width apart, bend the knees, and then come to a half lift. So see if you can straighten the knees here. This is a great place for a block. If you have trouble getting the fingertips to the earth, if you're on level 3, be careful because it's tippy. So you just want that to make your arms a little longer. And then fold here. Bend the knees, root to rise up. Inhale the arms up overhead and then bind the arms behind you. Okay, once again, opening through the shoulders. Bend the knees and drop right back in. You can keep a bend in the knees by all means if you can't get those legs to straight. Try to get the meaty part, the bottom part of the palms together. Shake your head no. And then just feel that. Feel the opening. Feel the shoulder blades kiss behind. Feel the opening in the front of the shoulders. And then soften the elbows. Release the arms down. Come to a half lift again. And this time when we fold, we're going to just bring our fingers interlaced to the back of the neck. So not the head, but the back of the neck. And then we're just going to let our head hang here. We're just going to let our arms rest there. Elbows are down by the ears. Lower arms are down by the ears. You can bend here. And then just take a couple breaths here. And then release the fingertips to the earth. One more time, a half lift. Shift the weight to the balls of the feet to bring the hips over the ankles. Fold as you exhale, and then root to rise all the way up with an inhale. Bring your arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers, and then turn the palms inside out. Give yourself a big stretch here. Coming to mountain pose. Let's do one mountain together, really aligning it up. So look at your toes, press the big toe mound into the earth, and then spread all the toes all the way to the pinky toes. So the big toes are touching, the heels might be a little apart, and then take those inner knees and just slightly shift them towards the pinky toes. So it's just a little movement to put your hips into place and to work that Mula Bandha root block. Okay, draw the belly in and up, shoulders up, back and down, nice active hands. And then press through the back of the head where that occipital ridge is. Imagine you're pressing the head against the wall. Mountain pose. Take a couple of breaths here, in and out the nose. All right, and then turn towards the front of your mat. Bring the arms up overhead. Take a big inhale here. Uttanasana, exhale, forward fold all the way down. Half lift, inhale, step to a downward dog as you exhale. Okay. All right, and then take the right leg to the sky on the inhale, low lunge as you exhale. Okay, so the right leg is forward, left knee is down on the earth, and you have a stretch in that left hip flexor. So your knee doesn't look like this. It's not under your hip because you're not going to feel that. You're going to curl those left toes under, slide that knee back, and then coming into your low lunge, fingertips on the earth, or maybe you wrap the fingertips, interlace the fingertips and put them on the right thigh. All right, let's do some eagle arms here, okay? So right arm under left, okay? And then just start to bring those arms up and down a few times. Notice how you feel this in the upper back and shoulders. Hold the arms down for a breath or two. Feel the stretch, maybe more in the neck and the tops of the shoulders, and then lift the arms and see how that goes more towards the upper back, maybe the rhomboids. You feel it other places like the traps, and then down and up a few times, just flow here. And then release the fingers to the earth. Let's take a little break from that lunge pose and come into a half split. Curling the right toes towards your face, lengthening through the right leg, pressing the glutes towards the left heel. Long spine here and then fold into it. All right, and then come back to that low lunge for cow face arms. So bring your left arm up, bend the elbow, touch the left fingers between the shoulder blades or somewhere about. You can take that right hand and press the left elbow back. And then take the right palm out front, thumb is up, turn the thumb down, and then reach behind. It's okay if you can't bind your fingers. I can't, and that's okay. We're just opening through the shoulders. Lift through the heart. I'm not going to stay here long. And then soften forward. Just let those arms come. One more half split here. Transitioning to modified pyramid, come forward to your lunge pose with the fingers on the earth, curl the left toes under, lift the knee, and now straighten. You're going to bring the toes, the right toes towards your face, the right toes are off the mat. You can always use your blocks here, so always have your blocks just to make your arms a little longer. That's what we have props for. Just drop your head in. And then start to bend into that front knee, plant your fingertips, step it back to a downward dog. All right, coming into a low lunge with the left foot forward. Float the left foot up and step it forward. Right knee to the earth this time, and my right hip flexor is a lot tighter than my left. So just notice that in your own body. Okay, fingertips can remain on the earth. Make sure you're feeling that stretch so you have your right knee back, not under your hip, but back. Maybe you interlace the fingers on the left thigh. Take a couple breaths here. Notice where you feel it. Breathe through all the sensations, pushing nothing away. The only thing you shouldn't feel is sharp, injurious pain. Then you soften out a little bit. All right, eagle arms, left under right. Okay? All right, you're going to start that little flow, but first let's hold the arms down, the elbows down a little bit for a couple breaths. Belly draws in. That helps your low back. And then slide the elbows up and see. Right, that goes right to my rhomboids. I feel that so nicely in my rhomboids. And then just flow here a couple breaths. Elbows up and down. And soften, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, have split pose as you exhale. Draw the heart forward, nice long spine, and then pour in. Pour over that left thigh, curling your left toes towards your face. Feeling this in the hamstring. Make sure you're breathing. And back to your low lunge for those cow face. That cow face arm stretch. Come all the way up. This time the right arm comes up, presses the fingers towards the back where the shoulder blades meet. Take your left hand, maybe pressing that right elbow back and down, and then the left hand out front, thumb up, thumb down, and then reach. Now this side I combine my fingers. Make sure the head is coming up, pressing against that right lower arm. And then soften forward, release, cow face arms, press back into one more half split. And then come forward, curl the right toes under, lift the knee, modified pyramid so both legs are long. Use your blocks under your fingers if you need to. Curl the left toes towards your face, the left ball of the foot is off the earth, and then fold in. And then come back forward. This time, instead of stepping back to a downward dog, you're going to step your foot into a forward fold. Okay. Try to straighten the legs if you can. If not, a softness to the knees is fine. And then half lift, inhale, lengthen, create space throughout the vertebra. Fold with the exhale. Inhale all the way up. Bring your arms up overhead. Let's do an extended mountain twist. So left arm out in front, right arm behind. Put a smile on your face. Inhale, both arms up, back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Step it back to downward dog as you exhale. Come up high on the toes with an inhale. All fours as you exhale. Press back to a quick child's pose, arms down by your side. Notice how you feel after that little standing sequence. Not pushing anything away, not clinging to anything too tightly, but just let it be what is. And then slide those palms forward, press yourself up. Finding ourselves in a supported fish. So find both your blocks. Going to come down to our backs. Now have your blanket ready too, because this might be intense, especially if you're really feeling a challenge in that neck and upper back. So you can have a little rolled in your blankets. Just put that to the side in case you need it. Okay, so I have one block on level 1 and one behind for my head. So I like level 2. I'm going to show you what that looks like. This block here goes underneath the shoulder blades. You do not want this on your shoulder blades. So right, if you're a female, right about where the bra strap would go. If you're a man, just imagine where the bra strap would go. And you're going to come back, have that back block here for your head on any level, 1, 2, or 3. And you can always press the feet into the earth, lift up, and adjust that block. I just got this right. So again, this block that's under my back can be on level 1, which is the flattest one. Now, if you don't like this pose, you're not going to sit up out of it. You're going to bend your knees and roll to your side, and then press yourself up out. And that's where you would take this blanket. So I'm going to show you that. If you're comfortable with your blocks under your back, stay there. If this isn't working for you, bend your knees, roll to your side, press yourself up, and find your blanket. And that's, you're just going to do the same thing, except you're going to come back on your blanket, making sure your head lands on the top of the blanket. So like this, so you don't want your head hanging over. And then you can just bring your arms out to the side for your supported fish here. Okay? So wherever you are, never sit straight up out of these postures. You bend your knees, roll to the side, and press yourselves up. So we want to keep those bodies healthy. We don't want them to hurt. Okay, so I'm going to come back into my supported fish. So make sure you're breathing wherever you are. You can close your eyes. Enjoy this. This is our front. We did a lot of shoulder work, so this is really opening the front shoulders and chest and everything. So back you go. And now again, feel the breath while you're here. Feel the lungs and ribs moving in unison. And don't turn your head in this posture. Just keep your gaze straight up. Keep your head on the earth. Don't lift your head up. I'm going to be here for about another minute. But again, if you've had enough, you just bend your knees and roll into a fetal position and stay there until we're all finished. Palms are face down. Try the last 30 seconds with your palms facing up. It externally rotates the shoulders. To transition safely out, start to gently bend one knee, place one foot on the earth and the other, and then very slowly you're going to roll off your blanket or your blocks, resting in a fetal position. Okay? If you have blocks behind you or the blanket, you can move them out of the way, taking that top arm, and just press them out of the way. All right, so that was also a back bend. So we're going to roll onto our box, releasing that back bend out by drawing the knees to the chest, wrapping our fingers around our shins. All right, so let's get a little windshield wiper of those knees side to side, plant the feet mat width apart, goal post your arms on the earth, and just let the knees drop side to side a few times. Release that out, a little internal and external rotation of those hips for you. Nice and gentle, nothing crazy today. I'm going to bring the knees to center, hug the knees in. Let's get a twist in before we do our final Shavasana. So bring your arms into a T, plant your feet on the earth, lift your hips up, and then walk the hips to the right, dropping the knees to the left. And please allow the shoulders to remain on the earth. Okay? So if the right shoulder wants to pop up, maybe you take one of those blocks and place it underneath the left knee on the earth. Now your gaze can be up if that feels good for your neck. If you want a little stretch and it feels good, you can gaze right. Draw the belly in, bring those knees back up, press into the feet, bring your hips back to neutral. And then land the bum down. Take a breath here. And press back into the feet. Bring the hips to the left and let the knees drop to the right. And your gaze can be up or over to the left this time. Remember, the shoulders should remain on the earth. That left shoulder's popping up. Just place a block or a blanket underneath your right knee. Close your eyes, enjoy the twist. And then draw the belly in, bring the knees back up, plant the feet in the earth, bring your hips back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And let's neutralize that spine with either a happy baby pose with your hands to the inside or outside of the feet, drawing the tops of the thighs towards the earth. Keep your head on the earth. If you don't want this one, just bring the soles of the feet together in supine butterfly so the heels are off the earth. The low back is on the earth, so that's why we do it like this. So this is to neutralize the whole spine. Tuck your chin slightly toward your chest and breathe. And then release, knees to the chest one last time. Finding your Shavasana pose. I'm going to grab my bolster for my Shavasana because for a gentle class, it's really nice to place the bolster underneath your hamstrings. Okay, so you pull the bolster up by your hamstrings and you'll just feel that low back release. So you can stay here or you can have your whole body just resting on the earth. Now I'm going to leave you here for about a minute or so because you need the Shavasana at the end of a practice to let the muscles cool and rest in Shavasana rest pose. We let the nervous system stay rested in Shavasana, so close your eyes. Feel all the places where your body is touching the earth and let gravity hold you into your Shavasana pose. Notice your breath. Notice how quiet the breath is and see if you can make it a little quieter. And like a tree putting roots down, feel held by the hands of this world, supported, at peace. Sweep the body with each breath, each creation and dissolution, helping us find rest. Imagine your body as a body full of lights, and see the lights in the body slowly turning off in each room, one by one. Walk through your body, slowly dimming each room. Dim the lights in the head, the chest, arms, torso, the belly, legs, the feet. Total darkness, complete stillness. Pause button and stay here as long as you like. But when you are ready to come out of your Shavasana, you know what to do. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe stretch your body long, like one of those good morning stretch that you take when you first wake up. Draw the knees to the chest, rock side to side a couple times. And then gently roll to your right side. Rest in a fetal position. Resting your right ear on your right bicep. In fetal pose on your side. And remember your intention for your practice. With your eyes closed, just remember what your intention was. And know that you planted that seed deep within. And it was fertilized throughout your practice. And your intention is bound to come true. So come to a seated position by pressing the left palm into the earth and bringing yourself up. Bring your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra, thumbs at the sternum. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you for trusting me to lead you through your yoga practice today. The light in me bows and honors to the beautiful divine light that's in you. Namaste. Namaste.